Okay, the next arm that we're going to install is our C11 arm. This is our C to X adapter, and we're going to remove the number 2 arm and replace it with the C11 arm. With this, we are also going to have to change out the electrode. What comes with this is a smaller electrode, again with a copper fitting for the fluid to flow through. So we're going to change that out at the same time. Before changing out the arms, we must first put this in the service mode, stop the pump and the fluid from flowing. Then we can disconnect the lock mechanism, disconnect the fluid lines, and again with this we had an Allen set screw, so we'll loosen it up. Then we can remove the number 2 arm. The electrode is going to be the next thing we have to replace. We'll take a 17mm wrench, loosen up the electrode, and again, because of the fluid that may come out, we want to go ahead and tilt the gun. Remove the electrode, remove the copper fitting. We're going to replace the copper fitting with the short one. Make sure it's seated in the center with the tapered end going towards the electrode. Install the electrode. Make sure the electrode is snug. Again, with any arm that we're going to change out, we want to make sure that we put the copper grease on for lubrication and good conductivity. Now we're going to smear the grease, make sure we got the entire contact area covered. Then we're ready to install the arm. One of the first things we want to do is where the electrode makes contact with the arm, there's a set screw. We want to make sure it's loose. Then we can install the arm. Then we can line up the electrode and snug up the set screw. Then we want to snug up the Allen head screw with our Allen wrench. Go ahead and engage our fluid lines. And then go ahead and lock down our lock mechanism. Once the lock mechanism is engaged, if it makes contact with the pin, adjustments are needed. To make adjustments, we're going to lift up the locking arm, and on the right hand side there's a set screw that we're going to need to use the Allen head wrench, loosen up the set screw, and then make adjustments on the knob on the right hand side. Once we get this set to where we have a gap between the pin and the lock mechanism, we can retighten the set screw using the Allen key and then firmly secure the lock arm in place. Before calibration, we always want to check the tips, make sure they're clean. After 200 welds, we always want to make sure that we change out the tips. Now we're ready to calibrate. Now that we have the C11 arm properly installed, we're going to select the proper program for welding. We're going to change from the service mode to where it shows auto, and then we're going to go to the mode button and select standard. In this mode, we can weld with the C11 arm. We can choose the proper setting for the steel thickness, the type of steel, and we select the proper arm. We have the C1, so we're going to select the C11 arm. And now we're ready to weld. We're going to take a coupon, place in between the 2 tips. We're going to hit the top button, which is our weld button. And as we press this, the gun is going to come down, lock in place, make the weld, and then automatically release. What we'll see on the screen is that the weld was performed correctly. We have an OK. It's going to tell us the amperage that was used, the time it took for the weld, and the force that was used for the weld. And that's how simple it is to use the system.